All right, I think it's recording. Okay, our first team call, yay!
Yay!
I've been wanting to do this for months, and I've just kept putting it off, and then the holidays, and then excuses, and then I was like, I just need to do it. We just need to have a team call so we can chat and all that stuff. So anyway, so thank you for making the time to get on our call tonight. I appreciate it. I wanted to start with some announcements first. All right, so let's see. Announcements from last month. I wanted to go over our Success Club points. We had Adrienne, who had 10 points. She hit Success Club 10. Amber had 6 points and hit Success Club 5. And Stephanie had 2 points, so great job to all of you. Does anyone have any points yet for February? I don't. I just want to see if anyone else did. It's okay, they're coming. And then Adrienne and Amber also both hit Emerald in the month of January, which is super exciting. Yay! Diamond's next on the list, right?
That's right.
And then, and I just wanted to tell you guys, when you add or when you sign new coaches, feel free to add them to our team page. If they're just like literally completely discount coaches and that would just confuse the heck out of them, that's fine if you don't add them. But even if they're just kind of thinking about working the business, you can go ahead and add them in. And you can add them into the other pages too, like the Fearless and Fit and Melanie's page and all that. And let's see, for February challenge pack sales, hopefully you guys already saw all these, but the 21-day fix is still on sale and the 21-day fix extreme. And then also the kickstart with those, so you can get them with the 3-day refresh. And then size is on sale this month and the size kickstart with the 3-day refresh. And then just the 3-day refresh and Shakeology is also on sale. So basically, Hammer and Chisel is no longer on sale, and size is on sale. It's the only one that changed. One thing I wanted to mention, I don't know if you saw, I posted on my page. I was offering Shakeology trial packs because I ordered a box of packets that I know I won't be drinking all of them because that was in addition to my bag. And so I'm offering trial packs to people who either just haven't ever tried it before and want to try it but don't want to commit to a whole month's supply, or maybe they just want to try a new flavor or whatever. I'm offering 3-day, 7-day, and 14-day. And 3-day I'm doing for $15. 7-day for I think $32 or $33. I don't know, I have it somewhere. And 14-day for $65. So they get a little bit better deal the longer trial they do. And then the way I have them pay for that, I mean, if they're here in like near me, I just have them, they can just pay me. But like if it's someone who's far away, they can just send you money through PayPal. As long as you both have a PayPal account, they just need your PayPal email address. And they can send you money through there. They say that they're sending it to a family or friend, and then neither of you has to pay any extra fees or anything. And then you can just ship it to them. If you're shipping it far, I suggest charging a few extra dollars for shipping charges. I told people who are interested in it, for me, like the 3-day trial, I wasn't going to charge them shipping because that would only be like a couple dollars to ship. But the 7 or 14-day, I would charge a few, like $3 or $5 extra dollars, because that'll add up. But that's just good because, you know, there are a lot of people out there who are interested in Shakeology, but they don't want to spend the $130 on it. So it's just a good way, because that's honestly how I first tried Shakeology. My coach, Amy, had been telling me about it, and I was like, no way, that stuff's expensive. I'm not trying it. And then she was selling like a kind of like a trial like that. It was more of a 3-day cleanse type thing. And that's when I first started or tried it, and I loved it, and then went and bought a challenge pack. So it's a really good way. And sometimes we'll have to decide, maybe at some point we could do like a Shakeology shake-off group, like a 7-day group where they have to buy like the 7 packets from you. And then we have like a little mini challenge group. So that's something to think of. Maybe we want to do that like in March or something, because I think February is going to be kind of busy, but just something to think about. So for that, like, you have to buy the packets first yourself, and then you sell them to your customers or your potentials separately. And you end up making money on it too, because if you charge like $4 or $5 a packet, that's more than what you spend on it. So, all right, next, Team Cup. I know, let's see. Who got on the phone? Brandy, is that you? I don't know.
No, it's me. Can you hear me?
Who's me?
Sophie. I ended up getting on the phone. It just feels weird not being able to talk.
Oh, okay. Yes, we can hear you. Okay. So Team Cup, I know me, Amber, Adrian, Sobe, and Laura are all on a team. We've got our Facebook page going so we can keep each other accountable on that. And I know it's so funny. Like I've been super bad about doing a power hour, like the whole time I've been a coach until like literally this week. And I feel like I've been getting so much done. I'm like, why didn't I do this sooner? So if you're not doing that, I highly suggest it. It's been going really well for me, and I'm actually getting things done and feeling accomplished and not ending the day thinking, oh, I didn't do what I should have done. So anyway, so yeah, Team Cup stuff you can post in our group. Punta Cana, if you haven't signed up, sign up. Even if you're on the wait list, you never know. Because like, for example, every Success Club point you earns you money towards the trip. So like Amber in January, she earned 6 points. So anything over 5 points, each point is worth $10. So that's $60. And then in January, they doubled your dollars. So she's already earned $120 towards her trip.
Nice.
Which is pretty awesome. So, hi, Laura. Can you hear me, Laura? I don't know. Maybe not. Like what? Anyway, so if you haven't, just get on the wait list. Even if you don't think you're going to go, you don't have to pay to get on the wait list. Just sign up. Let's see, a couple more things. Oh, challenge groups. We have our one that just started this week, the Fit for February. And then I was planning, I don't know if you printed out the February tracker thing. I put on there, invite to the February 22nd challenge group, because especially for Team Cup, we want to have something to be inviting to. So that one's a little bit sooner than what we normally would do. But I want to start one on the 22nd. And does anyone have any like great name suggestions or theme suggestions for the group? Because if you think of something, I don't want to put you all on the spot right now, but if you think of something, post it in our group, or we can start promoting that and everything. And it can be for any fitness program. I mean, honestly, the one that you'll probably be able to promote the easiest right now is 21 Basics, just because it's on sale and it's such a great program. But if they have something else, that's fine too. And then I don't know if we'll really have time for a free group this month. Like I said, it's a busy month and it's a little bit shorter month. So maybe we could start thinking about a free group for March if we want to do something different for that. All right. And then lastly, if you have not set goals yet for February, make sure you do that. Write them down, put them somewhere where you'll see them every day when you're doing your power hour. You should definitely have a Success Club goal. So however many points you want to get, however many people you want to help for the month. You should have a rank advancement goal. It doesn't have to be you're going to meet it by the end of February, but like you could say, I want to sign 2 coaches this month, or I want to sign 1 coach this month, or I want to get to Diamond, or I want to be halfway to Diamond, or I want to get to Emerald. Try to have a goal kind of along those lines. And then, I don't know, whatever else you feel like you need goals with. Like, one of my goals is to, do my power hour every day, since I haven't been so great with always doing that, or like inviting every day. It's another thing I struggle with. But, so pick like 3 to 5 goals for the month, write them down and pay attention to them and focus on them. And make sure you like cater it towards how you want to work your business. If you want this to be like a full-time business building career, more or less, then you should be putting that kind of time and effort into it. If this is more just kind of like a hobby every now and then type thing for you, then your goals can reflect that. Don't feel like you have to put everything into it when your heart's not really there. Just make it what you feel like it needs to be right now. It's like when I first signed up as a coach, like my heart wasn't totally in it, and I ended up just kind of falling away for quite a while. So don't push yourself into something that you're not quite in it yet. Any questions about the announcements or anything? No? Okay. All right. I wanted to just quickly tonight go over, since this is our first team call together, I wanted to talk about the 3 vital behaviors. I know this is something that's kind of like dug into the ground over and over and over again, but it really is so important, and I feel like we should kind of start with the basics since this is our first call. And then if at any point you feel like you have a question or something to add to what I'm saying, feel free to interrupt me at any time. And then there will also be plenty of time for questions at the end too. So I'm just going to go over some of the things that I think about and that have helped me, I guess. And yeah. So, as you know, the 3 vital behaviors are invite, be a product of the product, and personal development. So the first one, inviting. This is for inviting for challenge groups and for coaching. That's something that I always seem to forget about, to actually go out and invite for coaching as well. I've always focused more on the challenge groups, but remember, you're inviting for both things, because it is such a great business opportunity. You want to put that out there as well. And the way you invite is through personal messages, obviously, talking to people face to face, and then also through your daily posts, the things that you're posting on your fitness page or on your personal page even. And that doesn't mean every single post has to be, oh, join my challenge group. But, every post you can kind of put something in there like, oh, I'm so glad I have the accountability of this group to keep me going with my workouts. Or, it could have something about like coaching in your post and how, what that's done for you. Just, and then granted, you will have those posts that are like, hey, my new challenge group is coming up. I try to do those like once a week or so. Those ones that are like specifically join my challenge group, unless it's getting close to the end and I'm really scrambling for people, then I might do it a little more often. But, and then besides that, I just try to, kind of put it in here and there. And like if you do like a Transformation Tuesday post, sometimes at the bottom of those, I'll add in, if you'd like to join a challenge group like so-and-so did, my next one's coming up soon, message me for more info, that kind of thing. And then there's a couple different ways when you're inviting through personal messages. One way is like a direct invitation, like we've talked about a lot, telling the person about your challenge group and saying, would you like to join? Would you like more information? Another way is just starting conversations with people not about Beachbody at all. That's honestly something I'm really bad at, because I don't know, I just feel like I've just always have set in my mind that people will know that I have like ulterior motives. And so I'm really bad at that. And so like, I'll like start conversations with people and then it just kind of dies off, because I don't want to be like, hey, I messaged you to talk to you, and then now I'm just going to tell you about my challenge group. So that's something I need to work on. But I know it works really, really well if you do it right. So like if it's someone that you just don't really know at all, the best way to go about a conversation where you're trying to get to know them is to use that acronym FORM, FORM, which you've probably heard about somewhere. So the F is for family. Ask them about their family, if they're married, if they have kids. O is for occupation. Ask them about their job, what they do, what their, day-to-day is like. R is for recreation. Ask them about what they like to do, what they do in their free time, things like that. And then M is for your message. That's when you would go into talking about, how you're a health and fitness coach, you run challenge groups, things like that. So then that way you can feel like a little bit about the person before you start talking about what you have to offer them. And I think Amber and Adrian, you guys both just watched that, the Closing with Class video. And I think, Laura, you've already watched that, haven't you? I think you watched it a while ago. So wait, have you watched it too? I think you did too. Maybe.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I thought so. So all of you have watched that. But anyone watching this recording, if you haven't watched it, watch it. It's an awesome call that another coach did, a top coach did, about invitations and inviting and how to like close the sale and all that. And then, when you're for inviting for coaching, my favorite way, and I feel like the easiest way to do this, is to invite your current challengers to coaching. So once you're like a couple weeks into the challenge group, just send them a message and just say, hey, you've been doing such an awesome job in the challenge group, thanks for, participating and being so encouraging to other people. Have you ever thought about doing what I do and being a coach? You can bring it up that way, or you can also bring it up as like a discount coach option, like before their Shakeology would ship. Say, hey, I know you've been loving Shakeology and your next order is getting ready to ship. Are you interested in getting the discount and signing up as a discount coach? I have found that for the discount coaches, it's almost easier to sign them up as a discount coach when they first buy their challenge pack than to go back and do it later. So I feel like, I've had people do it both ways, but I have like some people, when I go back, like after they've already bought their challenge pack, then I try to get them to sign up as a discount coach to get the discount. They like feel like they're being like suckered into something. So I don't know. You can see what works better for you. I do have a message that I send out a lot when someone has decided to buy a challenge pack. Before we put their order in, I give them like 2 options to sign up. One way is the discount coach option, and one way is just the regular option. I can post that in the group if I haven't already. And a lot of people choose the discount coach option from that message. So I don't have it right in front of me, or I read it to you, but so that's something to think about too. Like I was telling someone, when I built my business to Diamond, the majority of my coaches were discount coaches. I think I had just a couple working coaches, but most of them were just discount customers, which is totally fine. You can get to Diamond like that. The only bad thing about that is you're not necessarily a stable Diamond. Like I've gone back and forth from Diamond to Emerald multiple times, because some, discount customers delay their Shakeology, or they cancel it or whatever. And when they go inactive, you will drop rank, unless you've built up more coaches so that you have enough. Diamond, by the way, to be Emerald, you need 2 coaches, 1 on each side, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. To be Diamond, you need 8 coaches, 4 on each side, and then 1 of those coaches on each side has to be Emerald. So you have 2 Emeralds, 1 on each side, and then 3 more coaches on each side, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So like, let's say I had my 8 coaches, and then I signed 2 more coaches and I put them on each side. So I had like a backup coach. So then if someone went inactive, I was still okay. Does that make sense? So always be thinking about that. I feel like I almost got into the mindset of only looking for discount coaches when I was trying to get to Diamond. I like kind of forgot to be asking for working coaches. It's like, I know, Amber, when you decided you want to start working, like I hadn't even like asked you about it. You like found it all on your own. You're like, hey, I want to do this. I'm like, all right, awesome. I need to be a little more with it. And, so that was great on your part.
Thanks.
But yeah, so always be thinking about that. Always, you never know who might want to coach. You'd be surprised at some of the people who would come to you and say they're interested in that. So ask everyone. All right, moving on. Any questions about inviting? Or any comments or anything to add? No? All right. Be a product of the product. This one's pretty easy and straightforward. You should always be drinking your Shakeology and doing at least one of the Beachbody programs. It's good to be like actually doing the program from start to finish, but if you're in between programs, like I just finished Hammer and Chisel, I'm not going to start a brand new one tomorrow. I'll probably just do like some of like T25 for a little while and some of this for a little while until I get started back into a new program. But always be doing something and talk about it. Talk about it on your fitness page, on your personal page. Talk about it to, your neighbor or whoever. Take your Shakeology with you, like when you're going to work or going to the store or whatever, so people see it and maybe they'll ask you about it. When new products come out, get them if at all possible and promote them, talk about them. That was something I was really bad at when I first started, because I had spent a good chunk of money on my T25 challenge pack. And then after that, I was like, well, I'm paying for my Shakeology every month. I was like, I'm not going to be buying all the new programs coming out. And so T25 was the only one that I did. It was the only one I knew anything about. And so it was really hard for me to sell any other challenge packs. So eventually I realized, I need to, in order to have a good knowledge of all the different programs and stuff, I needed to start doing more of them. And so I bought Paya at one point, which wasn't bad because I think it was like $45 with the Coach discount. And then, I was on demand. So I did a program on demand because that didn't cost, I was already paying the fee every 3 months for that anyway. And so, I don't feel like you have to buy everything right away, but, every few months, maybe think about trying to get one that you don't have, or trying to maybe do one on demand that you don't know anything about, just so that you have more knowledge to give to your potentials. Because I felt like, before, all I knew about was T25. So when people would, ask me about something else, I wouldn't have any idea. I would spend all this time researching programs and stuff. Whereas, if I already had the knowledge myself, then it would have saved a lot of time. And then I feel like you have a lot more confidence in telling somebody about something if you know about it firsthand. Just stay accountable to your own health and fitness goals. Always either be in a challenge group or running a challenge group. That'll help you. It's definitely helped me. On those days where you just want to sleep in, skip your workout, you think, oh, well, there's people in my challenge group who are going to be doing their workout today. I should probably do mine too. And then lastly, personal development. This is something when I started back coaching in March, I did awesome with, because Cammie and I were going for walks every day, and I would listen to one of the old National Wake Up Calls on my phone. And I was doing that every single day, and I feel like it helped so much. I don't know if you've listened to the National Wake Up Calls or not. If you haven't, definitely do, because they're awesome. Every week there's a new top coach on there that talks about some topic that they give them, and they give all their best tips and stuff. They're really helpful. And then I kind of fell away from that for a while. I think I finally caught up to the current National Wake Up Calls. And so I read some of the books, and then seriously for probably the past couple months, I've been doing really bad with personal development, and I noticed a big difference. I started doubting myself. I started thinking, oh my gosh, this was so easy before, and now it's so hard. What am I doing? And it really makes a huge difference. Even just today, I started back reading one of the books that I've been reading, and just the one chapter, I was like, why haven't I been reading this all along? This is so helpful. So I really highly suggest you find some way to fit in your personal development every day. Some different options are definitely the National Wake Up Call. It's every Monday morning I think it's at 9 o'clock Arizona time right now. So 11 o'clock maybe Eastern. I'm not sure, I think. And you can listen to the old ones if you get the podcast app, and then get the Clean Beachbody podcast. They have all the old ones on there, and not just National Wake Up Calls, but if you scroll back to 2014 maybe, they've even got trainings from Summit that year on there, and I listened to all those, and those were really good too. So definitely listen to those. You can do books, you can read them, or do audiobooks. If you need suggestions of books, I can give you a list. Some just off the top of my head: The Compound Effect, The Slight Edge, GoPro is a really good one. Eat That Frog, if you struggle with procrastination like I do. Literally, I procrastinate so bad that I still haven't finished that book, and I started it quite a while ago. So there's some other good ones too. There's other good podcasts out there. And then there's tons and tons of trainings on YouTube from coaches. I'd say, look at some of the top coaches, and then you can just find their YouTube channel, and they've got tons of stuff on there that can help you out. And then also team calls. If you're not able to get on Amy's Fearless and Fit calls, you can listen to those recordings. Melanie's calls are always really good. And even Kate's calls in Revelation Fitness, if you're not in that page, because it goes Melanie, Kate, Amy, me, and our team. So that's how that. So don't feel like you have to like listen to all of them, but those are just options. I don't listen to all of them, but every now and then you might see some, like Melanie might post one about a topic that you're really interested in. So if you can't get on it live, you can always just listen to the recording. All right, that's pretty much all I have on personal development. Okay, so I want you to think about the 3 vital behaviors. I want you to think about which one's your strongest, which one's your weakest, and then I'm going to have you tell us. I'll go first, so you have a minute to think. I would say for me, my strongest vital behavior is definitely be a product of the product. I have no problem drinking my Shakeology. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I did have a couple days, though, at the beginning of my pregnancy where I didn't drink it because I'm just didn't. But I drink it every day now. So that's definitely my strongest. My weakest, I mean, obviously I have weaknesses in both of the other ones, but I think my weakest is definitely inviting. That's something I struggle with. I have a hard time doing that every single day. You know, I'll like skip it for a while and then I'll go and send out like a ton of invites like all in one day. And I need to be more consistent with it. I just, like I said before, I have a hard time with like the starting conversations with people and things like that. I like to just do the direct invites, which now I feel like I've gone through most of the people that I already knew. So now I'm trying to like find people that I don't know to talk to. So, all right. So that's my strongest and weakest. Amber, what about you?
I think I'd have to agree with you. I think my strongest is being a product of the product. I drink my Shakeology every day. I love it. And yeah, inviting is my hardest. Just like I told you girls the other night, like February is the very first month I've ever like reached out to people. So before then it's just been people approaching me about it. So, yes, inviting is definitely new for me and hard, challenging. I was going to say too, though, in regards to personal development, I don't know if you guys saw Katie Ersta posted a YouTube video about like pages the other day on Melanie's page, and I am not done watching it yet, but I'm like in the middle of it, and it's really good. So if you guys
that link, but I haven't watched it yet.
It's really good. Yeah. So if you haven't seen it yet, you should look it up.
Yeah, I can. I know I have the link saved somewhere, so I can post it in our page if anyone else wants to find it and watch it. Well, good.
Yeah.
We have very similar strengths and weaknesses then.
Yes.
Laura, what about you?
Who?
Did you say Laura or did you say?
Oh, there you are.
Was that Sylvia or Laura?
Laura with an L. Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, there.
Hey, I don't know. I'd say my strongest suit is probably inviting because I'll reach out to everybody in a while, and then I'd say products of a product. My weakest has been personal development, and I've really only started this week. I got Audible and did, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it. The Darren Hardy book.
Compound Effect?
Compound Effect.
Yes, the Compound Effect. Yeah, I just started that this week and I got it on Audible. So I've been listening to it like when I get ready in the morning, and then I usually talk to my mom on the way to work. But then if I don't talk to her, then I've been listening to it as well. So it's been really awesome just listening to that the first couple days. So
good. Yeah, that's a good book. I like that one a lot. Very good. All right. And Sobe, you can go now.
Okay. I would say my strongest is Shakeology. I love Shakeology, and I do drink it every single day. My weakest, I would say inviting.
Yeah.
Inviting and personal development. I'm horrible at that. I'm trying to change it this month, though.
We can all help and encourage each other.
Yes.
All right. Steph, what about you? Are you still on?
Yeah. Probably the best would probably be the product of the product, because I do the workout faithfully and I do the Shakeology faithfully. I'd probably say the invite for me would be my weakest, is because it just working full time and wanting to get this in too. It just seems like by the end of the day, I'm just burnt out.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's what's good too about setting those hours for yourself, especially those of you who work full time on top of this. And like to decide how much of yourself you want to put into your Beachbody business and, you know, set those hours so that you don't feel like every single day or every hour of the day you're like, oh my gosh, I should be doing this or I should be doing that. If you have those like set hours, like, well, you know what, I'm going to work on it during this time and then the rest of the time I'm not going to worry about it. So, good. Yeah. Sounds like we're all great at being products of the product and then we struggle in other areas. That's okay because we're going to get better. All right. Good. So any questions about information I shared about the 3 vital behaviors? Anything anybody wanted to add?
I have a question about the products.
Yes.
You know how they have the 21-day fix, and then they have the 21-day fix extreme?
Yes.
Do they add new segments to the videos, or is it just the same video with
It's a whole
something else added?
It's a whole new program. It still has like a very similar eating plan, but it's all new workouts and they're more extreme. I haven't done it, so I don't really know, but it's all completely new workouts. They're not the same.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but you've done it, right?
I have, and it's more of a weight training workout.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It also has cardio, but it's more, they use more weight.
Okay. Thank you.
Good. All right, we've got 6 minutes left until we're gonna be kicked off. So, I wanted to continue our team calls. Do you think we should try to do it like every other week or do it every week? Does this day work for you guys? Wanted to get a little bit of feedback on that. Was Wednesday an okay day?
I think Wednesday, it worked for me.
Okay.
Works for me.
Amber, do you know if Adrian, does her husband's schedule, will it always be Wednesdays, like his only night off?
I don't know. He's in school, but I don't know like if his classes change like every semester or how that works. But I can check with her and maybe have her post like what days work best for her.
Okay. And was this time okay? I mean, it's hard because we're on different time zones, so I was trying to get it.
It's fine with me. It works for me.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'll just be a little late because Jillian goes down at 7, but I mean,
gotcha.
I'll just hop on when I'm finished.
Yeah, that's usually about when Cammie goes down too. Sometimes
Luckies.
earlier, sometimes a little later. All right. Well, we'll stick with this day for now. Let's see.
So are we doing it once a week or?
I don't know. I'm trying to decide. What?
I think February is short. Let's do every other week and then just see if we like it, and then we can change it.
You said for every other week for February, and then kind of see how it goes.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Yeah. Let's.
Yeah.
Amy's call.
And then
calls
anything-
are once a week, right?
What do you say? Amy's calls?
Right.
Yeah, hers are
Those
every week.
Are those once a week? Yeah.
Yeah, hers are every week. Hers are on Tuesday at 7 or 9. Okay, so let's plan for the 17th for our next call, and I'll post that in the group. We don't have to like remember it or anything. So we'll just plan for that, and then if we feel like skipping a week, you know, we felt like it was too much time in between, then we can schedule a call for the next week. Or if that works, then we're doing every other week. Just because, like, I know when you feel like you're having to get on calls every single night, suddenly your whole week's taken up, and it's like, oh my goodness. So we'll play it for every other week for now. All right, so if anybody has anything else, thank you so much for getting on. I'm really appreciative, and I'm excited because this is my very first team call, so yay.
You did great.
Thanks.
You did good.
You know, I was it's a learning experience, right? All right. So if there's not anything else, we'll let you guys go. Have a wonderful night. And any questions or anything, just post them in our group. And we'll talk to you guys later. All
Bye,
right.
ladies.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.